Hello everybody, Larry Young here again with another segment of OLaMan Living Life with Purity. And today I want to talk a little bit about how things are changing in the world right now with our woke friends and the battles that they've been bringing to our culture in this country through some of the ideologies and some of the determinations that they've made about, sexual genders and all this other kind of stuff. Well, there's some good news on this for the common sense people out there, and that is that I believe that the woke inertia, the energy drive, is dying off. And it's not gone, but it's dying off. And so what you have is a lot of these people had all these numbers of radicals and people that were wearing the bull nose rings and the green hair and all this other stuff. They're still out there. And they're still looking for oxygen in this world. They're still looking for people to endorse them. But the number of people that are responding to their cries for victim shaming and all this other kind of stuff, they're dying off. They're not as many as they used to be. So more people are heading towards the common sense side of the yard than the crazy, fruit stripe kind of stuff. So we had this last week, there was a lawsuit that was brought by a young, we'll call her a woman. She had been transitioned from a girl to a boy in her teens. They cut her breasts off. They did all this other hormonal medications and stuff like that, changing. But then she got to a certain age and she realized, this isn't it. I'm a girl. And so she wanted to transition back. And as part of her transitioning back, she filed suit against the psychiatrists and the doctors who did these things to her when she was a teenager. And so she went after them for malpractice and a few other things, and she won $2 million. Not a big bite out of the apple, but it's a start. So she can still, I think, sue more people, and I hope she does. I hope she continues. And I hope that more and more young people who are put through this, and I don't care what age they are now, but I want them all to stand up and fight back and push back on these things and sue these people out of existence. We do not need nurses, lawyers, psychiatrists, and doctors doing this. This is evil. This is diabolical. This is every other kind of word you could throw at it. This is just not right. This goes against God. And truth matters. Truth matters. It's one of the only things you take with you into heaven is the truth. And these people, if they don't get held accountable, there's no way that they can enter into the gates of heaven in this state, according to my teaching. Truth matters. It's really the best thing we could be doing for these people is to try to help them get corrected in this life, so that they don't have problems trying to live in the next one. So think of it what you want. I don't care. I know how I think about it. But as things are congealing, the people who are inside these argument bubbles, these think tanks, if you will, as things congeal, they're beginning to double down more and more. They're going to get more rebellious. They're going to get more angry. They're going to get more whatever it takes kind of things is what they say. They don't care what happens to you as long as their idea wins out because you're the problem. So the lawsuits are coming. I think they should prosecute every medical and psychological professional who did this. And we just have to mock them and we need to prosecute them out of existence because we can't allow these things to happen in a civil culture. So in addition to that, right now, we have the SSPX, a group of priests and religious who follow Pope Pius X and his teachings. And Pope Pius X was known for wanting to hold the church accountable for so many things that it had done that were poor behavior or possibly illegal or just sinful activities that were going on. And a lot of these people who follow this didn't go along much with Vatican II. And so there was, I remember Vatican II, there was a lot of people rebelled against it. I remember our local parish priest was having troubles with it. This was in 1968, and I was just a kid, but I was an altar boy, and I was learning, and I was watching. And I remember that the priests were not happy with certain things when we'd be back in the sacristy getting ready for the Mass, hearing the priest talking back and forth about things. So the kids were listening, we were hearing, and we understood that there was a problem in what they were about to go out and deliver to the people in the church. They were concerned about how are they going to say this, how are they going to say that, and how are they going to get this across to the people with these changes that were going on. So I think we're still going through this, and the church in its probably, I'd say, lack of wisdom right now with some of these lavender mafia guys over there. They're making some poor choices. I think it's going to come back to hurt them, but I do believe that the SSPX here in this country especially will be the seed around which the new Western Catholic Church will originate and grow out of. And it's not going to be a bad thing. It's going to be just more of a conservative vein for Catholics who want to follow a more traditional path to their Catholicism. Will be able to follow the SSPX instead of the Roman Catholic Church. Now, this isn't unheralded, because there is not only the Eastern Orthodox Catholic Church, there's also the Eastern Catholic Church. A lot of people don't realize that. About 18 million people follow the Eastern Catholic Church, not the Eastern Orthodox, the Eastern Catholic. Now, a lot of these people are in places like Syria. A lot of your Catholics in Syria follow the Eastern Catholic Church, not the Eastern Orthodox, not the Roman Catholic. They follow a lot of the same things that the Roman Catholic Church teaches, but they also have some of their own ideas and things about how Catholicism should be practiced. The same thing is going to happen here in the United States, and it's already happening just quietly. And the SSPX and some of these other people that have been having these underground Latin masses throughout the country, whether they're holding these Latin masses in private homes or other places, private groups are gathering to participate in these Latin masses that may not be approved by their local bishop or, whatever the local practice is. But if they want it, they're going to get it, and they're going to do it. And so this is what's going on. This is where the changes are happening. Stay tuned. It's going to get muddy. So in the meantime, I love you, and I'll be back.